Hello, friends. Welcome back. Today we are going to talk about some very interesting and historic American Lincoln wheat pennies, the famous 1-cent coins that collectors around the world still. The 1952 D Lincoln wheat cent is one of the classic United States 1-cent coins from the long-running Lincoln wheat penny series. The letter D beneath the date indicates that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint in Denver, Colorado. On the obverse front of the coin, you will find the right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Above Lincoln's portrait appears the word Liberty, while the national motto "In God We Trust" is displayed along the upper rim. The date 1952 and the mint mark D appear to the right of Lincoln. This design was created by renowned sculptor Victor David Brenner, whose initials can be found on many Lincoln cents. The reverse back of the 1952 D wheat cent features the inscriptions United States of America and 1 cent prominently in the center. Above these words is a Latin motto E pluribus unum, which translates to out of many, one. Surrounding the central inscriptions are 2 wheat ears, one on each side, giving the coin its popular nickname, the wheat penny. This reverse design remained in use from 1909 until 1958, making it one of the most recognizable coin designs in American history. The wheat ears symbolize prosperity, agricultural strength, and the nation's growth during the 20th century. The 1952 D Lincoln wheat cent was struck during a period of strong economic growth in the United States following the end of World War II. The early 1950s were marked by expanding industries, increasing automobile production, and a growing middle class. Millions of pennies were needed for daily commerce, and the Denver Mint worked continuously to produce enough coins to meet demand. As a result, the mintage of the 1952 D cent exceeded 746 million pieces, making it one of the more common wheat cents encountered by collectors today. Although common in circulated condition, high-grade examples remain popular among collectors seeking complete date and mint collections. The coin is composed primarily of bronze, consisting of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. The bronze composition gives the coin its distinctive reddish-brown color when newly minted. Over decades of circulation and exposure to the environment, many examples have toned to brown shades ranging from light chocolate to deep dark brown. Collectors often classify these coins as red road, red-brown RB, or brown BN, with fully red specimens generally commanding the highest premiums because they retain much of their original mint color. In circulated grades, the 1952 D wheat cent is usually affordable and can often be found in old coin collections, penny jars, estate accumulations, and dealer inventories. However, collectors pay close attention to condition. Coins showing strong details, minimal wear, and attractive surfaces can be worth significantly more than heavily circulated examples. Uncirculated coins with bright original luster are particularly desirable because they represent how the coin appeared when it first left the mint more than 70 years ago. One of the reasons collectors enjoy searching through 1952 D wheat cents is the possibility of discovering valuable mint errors and varieties. While no major variety is as famous as some earlier Lincoln cent errors, collectors still look for repunched mint marks, die cracks, off-center strikes, clipped planches, broad strikes, and double die characteristics. Error coins that display dramatic visual differences from normal issues can command premiums depending on rarity and condition. Because of this, many hobbyists carefully examine every wheat cent they encounter. The strike quality of 1952 D cents varies. Some coins display sharp details in Lincoln's hair and on the wheat ears, while others may appear slightly weak due to worn dies or production conditions at the mint. Coins with strong strikes, attractive color, and minimal marks are especially desirable among advanced collectors. Professional grading services often certify high-grade examples, helping establish authenticity and market value. Coins achieving top mint state grades can sell for considerably more than ordinary circulated pieces. The Lincoln wheat cent series remains one of the most collected coin series in the United States because it combines historical significance, affordability, and the excitement of finding valuable dates and varieties. The 1952 D issue represents the final decade of the wheat cent design before it was replaced in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial Reverse. As such, it holds an important place in the history of American coinage and serves as a reminder of a period when bronze pennies circulated widely throughout everyday American life. Today, the 1952 D. Lincoln wheat cent continues to attract collectors of all experience levels. Whether discovered in a family collection, purchased from a coin dealer, or found while searching old rolls of pennies, it offers a tangible connection to American history. While most examples are common, well-preserved coins with original red color, exceptional strikes, or unusual mint errors can be surprisingly valuable. For many collectors, the 1952 D wheat cent remains a classic and enduring piece of United States numismatic heritage, admired for its historical importance, iconic design, and lasting appeal. The 1949 Lincoln wheat cent is a historic United States 1-cent coin that belongs to the famous Lincoln wheat penny series, one of the most collected coin series in American numismatic history. On the obverse front of the coin appears a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, whose image was first placed on the cent in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of his birth. Along the upper rim of the coin is a national motto, "In God We Trust." The word liberty appears to the left of Lincoln's portrait, while the date 1949 is positioned to the right. If a mint mark is present below the date, it indicates the mint where the coin was produced. Coins without a mint mark were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, while coins bearing a D came from the Denver Mint, and those with an S were produced at the San Francisco Mint. The reverse of the 1949 Lincoln wheat cent features one of the most recognizable designs in American coinage. The words 1 cent appear boldly in the center, with United States of America directly beneath. Above these inscriptions is the Latin motto E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. Framing the design are 2 wheat stalks, one on each side, symbolizing America's agricultural prosperity and strength. This wheated design was used from 1909 through 1958 and became one of the longest-running reverse designs in U.S. coin history. Because of these wheat stalks, collectors commonly refer to these coins as wheat pennies or wheat cents. The year 1949 was an important period in American history. The United States was emerging from the effect of World War II and entering an era of economic expansion and technological advancement. Industries were growing rapidly, suburban communities were expanding, and consumer spending was increasing. During this time, pennies were heavily used in everyday transactions, making them essential to the nation's economy. The large number of cents produced in 1949 reflected the country's growing commercial activity and the demand for circulating coinage. The 1949 Lincoln wheat cent was struck primarily from a bronze alloy consisting of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. The coin weighs approximately 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. Its composition gives it a familiar reddish appearance that collectors associate with classic wheat cents. Newly minted examples displayed a bright red copper color, but over decades of circulation many have toned to shades of red-brown or dark brown. Collectors classify these colors as red Rhode, red-brown RB, and brown BN, with fully red examples generally commanding the highest prices due to their attractive appearance and rarity. The designer of the Lincoln cent was Victor David Brenner, a talented sculptor whose portrait of Lincoln became the first depiction of a real person to appear on a regularly circulating United States coin. Prior to the Lincoln cent, U.S. coins typically featured symbolic figures such as liberty. Brenner's design was considered innovative and helped establish a tradition of honoring significant American historical figures on circulating coinage. The Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of 1949 cents without a mint mark. The Denver and San Francisco mints also contributed substantial quantities. Because of these large mintages, most 1949 wheat cents are considered common in circulated grades. However, collectors still seek attractive examples with strong strikes, minimal wear, and original mint color. High-grade uncirculated specimens are considerably scarcer and can command significant premiums compared to worn examples found in circulation. When examining a 1949 wheat cent, collectors pay close attention to the details of Lincoln's hair, cheek, jawline, and coat. On the reverse, the sharpness of the wheat ears and lettering is also important. Coins with crisp details and little evidence of wear are graded more highly. Professional grading services evaluate these factors carefully when assigning grades. Even small differences in condition can have a major impact on a coin's value, especially for examples that retain their original red surfaces. The 1949 wheat cent is also of interest because collectors search for mint errors and die varieties. Some examples may exhibit die cracks, off-center strikes, clip planches, lamination errors, or double design elements. While most 1949 cents are standard issues, unusual errors can attract strong interest from collectors and may be worth substantially more than ordinary examples. Careful inspection under magnification is often recommended when examining old wheat pennies. Another factor affecting value is the coin's surface preservation. Coins that have been cleaned, scratched, or damaged generally sell for less than examples with original surfaces. Experienced collectors often prefer naturally toned coins that have not been altered. Original mint luster, particularly on uncirculated pieces, is considered highly desirable and contributes significantly to collector demand. The Lincoln Wheat Cent series occupies a special place in American numismatics because it spans nearly 50 years of history, from 1909 to 1958. The 1949 issue represents a post-war period when the United States was becoming a global economic and political leader. Every surviving 1949 cent serves as a small historical artifact from that era, passing through countless hands during decades of commerce and daily life. For many collectors, holding one of these coins created a direct connection to the people and events of the late 1940s. Today, the 1949 Lincoln Wheat Cent remains a favorite among both beginner and advanced collectors. Its affordability, historical significance, classic design, and potential for discovering high-grade examples or interesting errors make it an enduring part of coin collecting. Whether found in an inherited collection, a dealer's inventory, or an old jar of pennies, the 1949 wheat cent continues to be appreciated as a symbol of American history, craftsmanship, and numismatic tradition. The 1948 Lincoln Wheat Cent is one of the classic 1-cent coins of the United States and an important part of the famous Lincoln Wheat Penny series that circulated from 1909 through 1958. The coin features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, making it one of the most recognizable coins in American history. On the obverse, or front side, Lincoln's profile faces to the right. Above his portrait appears the national motto, "In God We Trust," while the word liberty is located to the left. The date 1948 is found to the right of Lincoln. Coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint carry no mint mark, while those produced at the Denver Mint display a D mint mark, and coins from the San Francisco Mint bear an S mint mark below the date. The reverse side of the 1948 Lincoln Wheat Cent contains a design that became one of the most beloved in American coinage. Centered on the reverse are the words 1 cent and United States of America. Above these inscriptions appears the Latin motto E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. Surrounding the central design are 2 wheat ears that curve upward along the left and right edges of the coin. These wheat stalks symbolize prosperity, growth, and the agricultural heritage of the United States. Because of this design, collectors commonly refer to these coins as wheat pennies or wheat cents. The reverse design remained in production for nearly 50 years before being replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. The year 1948 was a significant period in American history. The nation was transitioning from the immediate post-World War II years into an era of economic expansion and modernization. Factories that had supported wartime production were now manufacturing consumer goods for a growing population. Returning veterans were purchasing homes, starting families, and contributing to the growth of suburban communities. During this period, small denomination coins such as a penny were essential for daily transactions, making the Lincoln cent one of the most heavily used coins in circulation. The 1948 Lincoln Wheat Cent was struck using a bronze alloy composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. The coin weighs approximately 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. Its bronze composition gives it a rich copper color when newly minted. Freshly struck examples displayed a bright reddish appearance that collectors refer to as red. Over time, exposure to air and environmental conditions caused many coins to tone into darker shades known as red-brown and brown. Fully red examples are considerably more desirable among collectors because they retain much of their original mint appearance. The Lincoln cent was designed by Victor David Brenner, whose portrait of Abraham Lincoln became the first image of an actual historical person to appear on a regularly circulating United States coin. Prior to the Lincoln cent, most American coins featured symbolic representations of liberty rather than real individuals. Brenner's design was introduced in 1909 and quickly became popular with the public. More than a century later, Lincoln remains the face of the American cent, demonstrating the lasting impact of Brenner's artistic achievement. Millions of 1948 cents were produced at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. Because of the large mintages, most circulated examples are relatively common and affordable for collectors. However, coin preserved in high grades are much scarcer. Collectors especially seek uncirculated examples that retain original mint luster and strong strike quality. Such coins can command significantly higher values than worn specimens found in everyday circulation. The finest examples are often certified and graded by professional coin grading services, which evaluate preservation, strike, luster, and surface quality. When grading a 1948 wheat cent, collectors examine key areas of the design for signs of wear. On the obverse, attention is given to Lincoln's hair, cheek, jawline, and coat details. On the reverse, the wheat stalks and lettering are inspected carefully. Coins showing sharp details with minimal will receive higher grades and greater collector interest. Surface preservation is equally important because scratches, cleaning marks, corrosion, or environmental damage can reduce a coin's desirability and value. The 1948 Lincoln wheat cent is also interesting because collectors search for mint errors and die varieties. Errors can include off-center strikes, clip planches, die cracks, lamination flaws, broad strikes, and double design elements. While dramatic errors are relatively rare, they are highly sought after by specialists and can be worth many times more than standard examples. Collectors often use magnifying glasses or microscopes to inspect wheat pennies for unusual features that might indicate a valuable variety. One of the reasons the Lincoln Wheat series remains popular is that it allows collectors to explore American history through coinage. The 1948 cent represents a period when the United States was experiencing rapid economic growth and social change. Every surviving coin passed through countless hands, participating in everyday commerce during a transformative era. Whether used to buy groceries, pay for transportation, or make small purchases, these coins serve as an essential part of daily life for millions of Americans. Today, the 1948 Lincoln wheat cent continues to attract collectors around the world. Many people search old collections, estate accumulations, coin rolls, and inherited coin jars hoping to find attractive examples. Although most 1948 cents are common, coins with original red color, exceptional strikes, high grades, or unusual mint errors can be surprisingly valuable. Beyond monetary value, the coin remains an important historical artifact that reflects the culture, economy, and craftsmanship of post-war America. As part of the broader Lincoln wheat cent series, the 1948 issue holds a respected place in numismatic history. Its classic design, historical significance, copper composition, and enduring popularity make it a favorite among both new and experienced collectors. More than 7 decades after it was minted, the 1948 Lincoln wheat cent continues to be admired as a symbol of American heritage and one of the most iconic coins ever produced by the United States Mint. The 1945 D Lincoln wheat cent is a fascinating coin from the final year of World War II and holds an important place in American numismatic history. The coin features a familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, accompanied by the inscriptions, "In God we trust" above his head, "Liberty" to the left, and the date 1945 with a D mint mark below it. The D indicates that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. On the reverse, the coin displays the word 1 cent and United States of America surrounded by 2 wheat stalks, along with the Latin motto E pluribus unum. This classic wheat design was used from 1909 through 1958 and remains one of the most beloved coin designs in American history. The year 1945 was one of the most significant years of the 20th century. It marked the end of World War II, a conflict that had affected nearly every aspect of American life. Millions of soldiers were returning home. Industries were transitioning from wartime production to peacetime manufacturing, and the United States was emerging as a global superpower. Every 1945 D wheat cent circulated during this historic period, making it a small but tangible connection to one of the most important moments in world history. Many collectors appreciate these coins not only for their numismatic value, but also for the stories and history they represent. The 1945 D Lincoln wheat cent was struck using a composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This was a return to the traditional bronze composition after the temporary steel cents of 1943, which had been produced to conserve copper for the war effort. The coin weighs approximately 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. Because copper was once again available for coin production, the 1945 D cent has a familiar reddish appearance that collectors associate with classic wheat pennies. Depending on storage conditions and circulation, examples may appear bright red, red-brown, or fully brown today. The design of the Lincoln cent was created by Victor David Brenner, whose initials can be found on the coin. When introduced in 1909, the Lincoln cent became the first regularly circulating United States coin to feature an actual historical figure. Prior to this, American coins generally displayed symbolic images such as liberty. The decision to place Abraham Lincoln on the cent honored the centennial of his birth and created a design that would remain a cornerstone of American coinage for generations. Collectors often admire the 1945 D cent because many examples were produced with relatively strong strikes. Details in Lincoln's hair, beard, and coat can often be seen clearly on well-preserved coins. On the reverse, the wheat stalks display fine lines and texture when the coin is sharply struck. Coins that remain in mint state condition, showing no evidence of circulation wear, are especially sought after. The original mint luster and bright copper-red color significantly increase collector demand and value. Although the 1945 D Lincoln wheat cent is generally considered a common date coin, collectors continue searching for varieties and mint errors. Examples with die cracks, off-center strikes, clipped planches, or repunched mint marks can attract considerable interest. Error coins provide insight into the minting process and often command premiums because of their uniqueness. Careful examination with a magnifying glass may reveal interesting features that distinguish one coin from another. The Denver Mint produced hundreds of millions of Lincoln cents in 1945 to meet the nation's demand for circulating coinage. These coins entered circulation throughout the western United States and eventually spread across the country through commerce. As a result, many examples survived, making the 1945 D wheat cent accessible to collectors of all experience levels. However, finding one with fully original surfaces and exceptional preservation becomes increasingly difficult as the grade increases. The reverse wheat design carries important symbolism. The two wheat ears represent abundance, agriculture, and the strength of the American economy. During the mid-20th century, agriculture remained a vital component of national prosperity, and the design reflected those values. The wheat cent reverse became one of the most enduring designs in American coinage history and is often remembered fondly by collectors who appreciate classic U.S. coins. Today, the 1945 D Lincoln wheat cent remains a favorite among coin enthusiasts worldwide. It combines historical significance, attractive design, and affordability, making it an ideal addition to both beginner and advanced collections. The coin serves as a reminder of America's resilience during wartime and its transition into a new era of peace and prosperity. Whether found in an old collection, inherited from a family member, or purchased from a coin dealer, the 1945 D wheat cent continues to tell the story of a remarkable period in American history. For many collectors, owning a 1945 D Lincoln wheat cent is about more than possessing a piece of copper. It is about preserving a connection to the generation that lived through World War II, celebrating the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, and appreciating the artistry and craftsmanship of American coinage. More than 80 years after it was minted, this historic penny remains one of the most recognizable and cherished coins ever produced in the United States.